Favourite show? Yabba dabba doo.
Welcome back to the Sunday Footy Show. Bill, what are you doing over there?
I just got a muffin. It's very nice, actually.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Do you want to put that down and we'll continue doing this live television show? OK? There we go.
Thank you, Tony.
Welcome back to What's Cooking. And Billy Brownless later on in the program will give us his lovely recipe for muffins. And as you can see, they're not necessarily dietary. Now, we want to talk about Freo's terrific win. Before we do that, though, I just want to welcome our guest in, Michael Walters. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, boys. Thanks for having me.
No, that's there you are. Now,
Good morning.
Quite obviously, Michael, you're back home, are you?
Yeah, I'm back home. It's good to be home. We got back about 9 o'clock last night, so to know that the family are there close is good. But they're the other end of the house, so it's good.
So how hard was it, like being in isolation, being interstate, well, on the other side of the country, being in that hub, away from your family?
Yeah, it was hard. I mean, at the start I was a little bit sceptical, knowing that we would have had to go to a hub for, who knows how long. It could have been 5 to 6 weeks. So it ended up being 5, but, halfway through it did tend to get pretty easy. And also the wife had it pretty well maintained at home.
Hey, Mick, have you been told how long you'll be in Perth for and how many games you may possibly play in a row in Perth?
No, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if, the hierarchy at the club has been told how long we could be in Perth for, but as the players, we're not really sure. We're just happy to be back home and happy to be back home in Perth.
Hey, Sonny Walters, he'd be one of the smartest and cleverest footballers going around, wouldn't he?
Yeah, great
Without doubt.
maker.
So have a look at this. This is a bounce. Freo are kicking to left of screen. Sonny out of the middle. Look at this. What's going on, Michael?
I'm not sure, but does that count as a clearance? It was a pretty good clearance.
Hey, I'll save you there, Mick. All class as usual. We'll take a look at the stats board. And, it was a brilliant win from you guys. You could easily have been rolled over and got beaten by 80 points, losing down by 6 goals at quarter time. Membry was, I thought, St Kilda's best player. And Walters, absolutely brilliant. 26 disposed from Mickey. Brayshaw, probably second top 2 on the ground in a row. And Nathan Fyfe, I thought, was important. But here's some of the highlights, Mick, and they jumped out of the blocks. Their pressure of St Kilda was outstanding, and they got their run and carry game going. How did you actually shut it down?
Yeah, well, definitely. We knew going into the games that they like to play that run and gun type footy. We knew we had to try and negate that and try and slow it up at times. We couldn't get forced into a fast game. That's exactly what they want. They want to rely on us turning it over just so they can get that run. But we knew also that if we did maintain the footy and stop their run and find that composed possession, we were able to find holes going back the other way. On the back end of their hard running forward. So, going into it, we knew what we had to do, and I thought that we stuck to it. Albeit our first quarter was a bit slow and a bit down, but the boys stuck in, held strong, and we stuck to our process.
Sonny, we just saw Nat Fyfe kick a goal there. He was terrific in the first half, 15 disposals and the goal. He didn't attend one centre bounce in the last quarter. That was a surprise to me. Was it a surprise to you, and how is that hammy issue that he's got?
Yeah, no, it wasn't a surprise to us. It was all based on matchups. We knew, we can't just rely on him in the midfield. We also, need him to go forward and hopefully kick a few goals. So it's good having that sort of player that can play in those positions. We've got Dave Money that can also play the same role, but on the weekend it was just the majority of the time Fyfe's role to go down there and try and snag a few.
Michael, Kane, the very man who asked you that question there, was quite critical of your captain only moments ago, suggesting he should not have been on a surfboard through the week with that hamstring injury. Was that an issue at all? Or?
No, well, Fyfe is a pro. He knows what he can and can't do, and I know for a fact that if his hamstring was as bad as what people think, I know that he wouldn't have been out there surfing. But that's something with him in the medicos. I wasn't sure how bad his hamstring was, and he played on the weekend, which is a good sign. So it was good.
So there, Kane.
Michael, the stresses of living in the hub obviously coincided with you and your new coach losing the first 4 games of the year. You've now won the past 2. Was there a turning point for you, the way you have seen the way the club has hung in there during that low period, and the difference between the past fortnight?
Yeah, well, just the fight from the boys. I mean, you can see on the weekend, our younger boys are starting to step up and play their role, and it's starting to be more of a, you know, the game's starting to be shared around more. We're not just relying on the same players each and every week. You know, Fifey's going to get shut down. Dave Mundy's going to get shut down when he's having a ripper too. So it's good to have some of the other boys come in and play their role as I keep naming. You know, Adam Chera, you know, Lockie Schultz, who just reminds me of Hayden Ballantyne coming in and playing his role as well.
Sonny, there's a 2-part question about Matty Taberner. For a while, you've been looking for a big, tall forward to mark. He's the number 1 contested mark inside forward 50 at the moment. Kicked another 2 yesterday, so his form is really good. And the second part of the question is, he looks like the sort of guy that was happy that his jumper was ripped off a couple of weeks ago walking off the ground in a mallet.
There is no doubt he's happy. He's happy about his shirt.
Oh, look at it. Yes.
I reckon he might have done some push-ups before that. Yeah, he's quite jacked.
He might have ripped it a bit himself as well.
No, but he's definitely one of those forwards that really needed, and there's no doubt that he's standing up for us. And, you know, every team is that target where if they're under pressure, they can go long to, and they're going to force a contest. So Tabs is one of those players for us, and he's quite jacked.
And Michael, the votes from yesterday, and you were clearly best man on the ground. 9 votes for you,
yes.
Andrew Brayshaw 8,
Good.
Taberner I've given 7, 2 important goals, and 5. I think he was quiet, as Kane said, after half-time, but I thought his first half, he helped with the turnaround in the second quarter.
He was very
good. Last one, Mick, what's the expectations this year, you think? What can Fremantle achieve? Because a lot would say your bottom 4, but what do you think you can achieve?
Yeah, well, there's no doubt you're going to see a lot of players that are going to step up. A lot of younger players who are going to find their role, find their feet, and be able to play AFL footy. So the expectations is on us internally is to keep improving and keep striving to get the best out of ourselves.
Hey, Michael, great to catch up with you. Good to see that you're back home, although I suspect, judging from the background, you're not going to be getting too many sleep-ins now.
No, definitely not.
Good on you.
All right, good on you. Michael Walters joining us there from the Fremantle Dockers. I'll tell you what, I'll make a prediction here, Damo.
What?
There's a media career waiting for him when he's finished playing.
How good is he?
Good, wasn't
He's very... Oh, I don't think you should be buying into it, Nathan.
He's got a long time to go. He'll play at least 38.